Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental. I'm Holt.
And I'm Dan. It is bottle popping season, guys.
Yeah,
We've had clinches and
Champagne
series
showers.
ones. Yeah, that's right. Cheers.
Cheers to the playoffs.
Playoff baseball.
Sorry if I used the most wonderful time of year thumbnail again.
Yeah. Man, this was a great last, 8 days of baseball or something?
Yeah, it's been crazy. 8 days is about right.
So we had wild card games. The Diamondbacks took down the Rockies.
Yeah.
And the Yankees. The Yankees beat who?
The Yankees beat the Twins.
Yes, the Twins, right. Oh, Twins, how quickly you're forgotten.
Yeah.
And then we had the Dodgers sweep the Diamondbacks, getting their brooms out.
And then the Cubs just finished off the Nationals last night.
In one of the most fun games I've ever
Yeah.
paid attention to.
The poopy pants game, as Pedro Martinez called it. We'll go over that.
Yeah, not familiar with that.
And the
Astros beat the Red Sox.
Astros took care of the Red Sox.
And the Yankees beat the Indians.
And the Yankees beat the Indians.
We had our only upset.
Major upset.
Yeah, big upset.
Like, if this was a different sport, I think
huge deal.
you'd be hearing a lot more about it.
So, let's get into it. I think probably the only crazy highlight from the wild card game is in last episode, Holt predicted that Archie Bradley would become a household nickname or a household name.
Yep.
And in the wild card game, Archie Bradley became the first relief pitcher in baseball history to hit a triple in the postseason.
Yeah.
And it was a big triple, right?
It was huge. He was a 2 RBI triple with 2 outs.
Yeah. So it's one of those...
2 out RBIs, by the way, will get you into heaven, is what a coach used to always tell me.
So it was one of those where, like, why is he even batting right now in such a big spot? And he said after the game, I thought it was a home run as soon as I hit it. Which is just
I didn't hear that.
Amazing for a guy that probably got 10 at-bats in the regular season.
And his reaction when he slides into third and just stands up and looks at his dugouts right in front of him, and he's just like, looks psycho.
So that was a great game.
That was a great game. The Rockies actually, the next inning, got back into the game with back-to-back home runs off of Archie Bradley.
Yeah.
But it was a wash.
He was basically a net zero.
It was a wash for him, yeah.
But then the Diamondbacks had to play the Dodgers.
They ran into the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are looking good.
Yeah.
They're looking like the team of June. Cody, Corey, Kiki, Kenley, Clayton, Justin Turner, Yasiel Puig, best record in the National League.
Yeah.
But they also ran into the most lovable Yasiel Puig version of Yasiel Puig I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's like 100% locked in on every pitch. I bet you he's seen more pitches than anyone in the playoffs so far.
Okay.
Like, he's just running counts up like crazy. The Dodgers had Greinke at 105 pitches in the 5th inning in Game 3.
Yeah.
And he's
made a couple defensive plays that have been very good.
He had the fastest triple ever recorded on StatCast, 11.02 seconds from home to third.
He had my favorite Yasiel Puig moment. He had a ball, breaking ball or whatever, bounce close to his feet, and he didn't swing at it. And he did this little like happy feet dance without even leaving the box. He was just like dancing around for a second, and then he was ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in that at bat, but
so he's been licking his bat a lot.
Yeah, is it like a superstition thing?
I don't know. He started doing he started kissing his bat, and then he started licking his bat. And then
there's a lot of like tongue action for some reason.
Slide into third.
Did he lick the base or something?
No, he just he just goes nuts. So Puig is like the Puig we've all hoped for and wanted and have seen at times. He's just playing with a ton of energy and pretty much putting the team on his back. I mean, everyone has performed the way they should.
Yeah, Bellinger's had
Cody Bellinger had a huge Game 3, which is good because I think he struck out 4 times in Game 2.
Kenley Jansen's getting 4 and 5 out saves again.
Yeah, I think he had a 6 out to end the series. I think really quick on the Dodgers, Yu Darvish showed up. Maybe looked the best of our big 3.
Yeah.
And when that guy's going good, he is so hard to hit.
And the Dodgers have had rough postseasons the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But they've never had such an easy divisional series. I forgot, last year Kershaw pitched games 1, 4, and like 3 innings of relief in Game 5?
No,
or something?
it was like 1 or 2 at bats in Game 5.
Okay, but
he-
still.
Yeah, he came out the next day. Or I guess it would have been 1 day off in between.
Yeah, so they're set up well. Again, and I've said this, I think, nearly every time, but if you were picking now, you'd rather be the Dodgers than any other team.
I think you're right.
They've had the rest, their pitchers are set up.
You are right. You're right.
The Cubs had to work really
So
hard
yeah,
to
let's
beat the
just
Nationals.
go
Let's
to
go
the
into Cubs and
other
Nationals.
Cubs Nationals. Since we're just talking about this, but then we're going to kind of work our way back. Cubs used every pitcher. When I looked at the box score last night, they
I
used
think they had 9 pitchers.
and they used Quintana.
Yeah,
last
Quintana
night.
ended up pitching a couple innings for him.
The day before, they used Lester, and they've used Hendricks, Lester, Quintana, and
So basically,
Arrieta in 2 days.
yeah, and so
That's
yesterday
crazy.
it was Lester and Arrieta were the only people off the table, I think. Everybody else was available to pitch because they pitched the day before, right?
Yeah, and the Dodgers have just been like,
And they rode Wade Davis for 7 outs, which
yeah,
when they brought Wade Davis in with 7 outs left, I was like, oh, the Nationals can win this game.
right.
But Davis has been good. I didn't think he'd be able to do back-to-back games and get 7 outs.
Yeah.
So,
But working our way back, because there was a lot. This series was
Really good.
what we thought it would be.
yeah, I think it was a few episodes. I said the Cubs and Nationals could be the most fun series
Right.
of the postseason, and they gave us a hell of a series.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper did some Bryce Harper things.
Yeah, I wanna cut you off. Do you mind?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I want to talk about the difference in demanding someone's respect and just acquiring someone's respect.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or
I was gonna work our way to that.
I
You
know,
just
but
wanna
I
dive
just
in.
wanted to say that so bad.
I think we should start with Bryce Harper still.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You take it.
Bryce Harper in Game 2 hit a big home run, and again, a no-doubter. And he did, I think it was one of my favorite bat flips because it was like nonchalant. It was like, here's my bat for everyone to see. And he
Yeah.
just sort of like flicks it.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
like
thought it was-
very dramatic.
Yeah,
or
it wasn't
anything.
like, yeah! Even
Yeah.
though he was obviously super excited.
It
about
was
big-
kind of like I just did what I knew I
Yeah,
was going to
this is
do,
it.
and
This
I got
is
to
what I
show
do.
you guys what
It
I
was just
do.
like little thing. Yeah. So I loved the Bryce Harper bat flip.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the next game.
Yes, it was.
Would you like to take this highlight?
The next game, Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs, in my opinion, the most likable Chicago Cub.
Well, until 3 days ago.
Until 3 days ago, and he can just sit right next to fucking Javier Baez. Jesus, he comes up to bat with guys on second and third, I think, maybe even
I
second.
think it was
and
just
first.
second base.
Or second base.
First base was open
And yeah, exactly. First base was open, which comes into play.
immediately.
Yeah, so Rizzo barely makes contact, hits a like Texas leaguer
yeah.
bloop.
Little,
It
like-
just falls right in between two guys. What Dusty Baker said is correct. He couldn't have placed it any better if he threw it there.
And like, to the point, in a playoff game, a Nationals fielder needs to be really dirty when that ball hits the ground. It's okay that they don't.
100% agree with
It's
you.
okay that they don't catch it, but like somebody's got to be covered in grass stains and go, oh, I tried really hard to catch that ball.
Yeah,
There were 3 of them right there.
yeah. And the ball just fell in between these 3. Rizzo,
Which happens.
Yeah, Rizzo takes. He's probably fired up. It doesn't matter at this point because the run scored. He gets his RBI, but he gets thrown out between first and second. And after he gets tagged out, he just starts going, "Respect me! Respect me!" And like pounding his chest and yelling for respect.
And so, yeah, I mean, I've never seen him
it
behave
was
that way.
ridiculous.
And after the game, it was like, I'm a run producer. They shouldn't want to pitch to me when somebody's in scoring position and a base is open. They should have walked me. And I've never before heard an elite run producer want the bat taken out of his hands.
Right.
Because,
He's contradicting himself.
yeah, like, he got his RBI, and it counts even though it was not an impressive hit, but he should have wanted to hit a home run, or he should, like, the desire is not to get walked necessarily.
Right.
Walks are productive, but not as productive as big hits.
Yeah.
And he also had a terrible series. He was 4 for 20 in the series.
Right, but I think all 4 of his hits were RBI.
Yeah, he had
producing.
like 6 RBIs.
Yeah.
So he's a run producer who hits 200 in the playoffs so far.
So I don't think we mentioned how big Bryce Harper's home run was. It was to tie that game.
Yeah.
And put the Nationals back in it. So you have one young superstar who hits a home run and stands up and throws his bat, and yeah, he comes out of the plate slow and he watches it.
Yeah.
But it's fucking cool looking.
And it was really pretty.
Didn't make a show about it, compared to Rizzo, who is now demanding our respect because he barely fucking hit the ball.
On something that it was like a John Jay hit.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to spend a couple minutes on last night's specific game between the Cubs and
Okay,
Nationals.
yeah, that's fine.
In the first 4 games, there were a total of 20 runs scored between the teams. Last night's final score was 9-8, and it was crazy. And in addition, just like everything happened that could have happened. There were passed balls, there were hit batters with the bases loaded, there was catcher's interference, there was replay that called a runner out on a pickoff attempt, which is sort of a replay in baseball, sort of a huge topic.
We'll go over this on the final episode.
The catcher interference that was called should not have been called by the rule. It was nuts. Every pitcher was in the game. They were double switching in the 6th inning. It was great.
All this being said, the Cubs congratulations
won.
to the Cubs. You won the series and
get to play the Dodgers.
I'm gonna quit this if you beat us. So think about it. American League.
Which one?
Let's talk about maybe the Astros.
We should run through the
Red
Astros.
Sox.
It was a 4-game series.
Most notably, Game 1. Your MVP pick, Jose Altuve.
Yeah, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
Not 1 Tuve, but 3 home runs.
I think everyone got it.
1 Tuve, 2. Wait.
1 if by 3 2 if by C.
Okay. 2 of which I'm pretty sure came off of Chris Sale, which actually I don't know if Chris Sale made it that long.
He probably didn't. Yeah, I don't know. So part of what happens in the playoffs that I don't think we've talked about too much is this idea of what they call bullpenning. Pitchers don't, by rule, pitch more than 5 innings or so. 6, only a couple pitchers got to the 6th inning.
Yeah.
And it's because they were doing really well. And then as soon as there's a sign of trouble, you take them out and you start.
Darvish and Kershaw
had very good games. Yeah. We talked about them already.
Okay, sorry.
You start mixing and matching and getting guys in, and you don't let pitchers. Well, it's not an AL thing, I guess, but in the NL, you don't let pitchers bat to waste at bats. And,
right.
So it leads to longer game times, but it leads to better matchups and great at bats.
Awesome games.
Yeah. So Sale got hit around pretty hard. The Astros beat them pretty soundly. First game was 8-3. Red Sox won a game 8-3.
Yeah, Red Sox put up 10 runs in game 3. And then Red Sox, the final game of that series, game 4 at Fenway, was wild.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of everything. Justin Verlander came in for relief, gave up a 2-run home run on his first batter, I think. And then Astros sort of shockingly took the lead against Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah, who's been amazing.
He's been lights out all year long. But I think my favorite part of that Red Sox game was Fenway was pretty electric, I thought. I was listening to the game. And Rafael Devers, I would think probably rookie of the year in the AL. Just kidding.
Runner up for rookie of the year.
Yeah, rough year to be a rookie that's not Aaron Judge this year.
Yeah.
Hit a ball in an awkward place in that sort of death corner of Fenway Park where the Green Monster meets the center field wall, and it took a weird hop, and he got a inside the park home run first batter in the 9th, in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah. So it really felt like the place was just going nuts.
Yeah.
They were down 3, now all of a sudden they're down 2 with no outs, But it didn't work out for the Red Sox this year. Astros look pretty solid. I liked seeing them lose and struggle a little bit against the Red Sox because I don't think the Red Sox are
that good,
as strong as they have been in the past.
And the Red Sox have fired their manager.
Yeah,
again,
John
which is an
Farrell's out.
Topic probably, but happened as soon as their series was over.
Yep. He got thrown out of that game 4.
Oh, he did. I didn't know that.
Pretty early on.
So Astros are also in pretty good shape. Dallas Keuchel gets to start game 1 against the Yankees. In his career, Keuchel has been really good against the Yankees.
Yeah. He's going up against Tanaka, who has kind of been on fire lately.
Yeah.
Should be a good game 1.
Okay.
Yankees Indians.
Yeah, so New York Cleveland was a 5-game series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good series overall. But you just sort of saw. I mean, you saw an Indians team that you didn't.
On the wall. Go ahead.
You saw an Indians team that you didn't see all year. Kluber was very hittable. He gave up a couple home runs and had only given up 2 home runs like since the All-Star break.
Kluber started 2 games in that series, and I think he pitched like 6 1/3.
Yeah. What got exposed a little bit is, any player can have a good series or a bad series, and the Indians depend a lot on like Lindor and Jose Ramirez to just carry the offense.
Yeah.
Whereas a team like the Astros have like 4 guys that good maybe.
Right.
So all of them aren't going to be going through a slump at the same time. Ramirez was like 2 for 20. Lindor was like 3 for 18. Or it was a bad series.
Yeah.
And then Kluber having 2 bad starts.
Miller gave up a home run or 2.
Yeah, it's too much to overcome.
Yeah.
But credit to the Yankees. I thought it was kind of funny because, again, the Yankees are different than they've been in the past. They're like young and exciting and pretty fun to root for. And then the camera would pan on New York, on Yankee Stadium, and it would just be like, I hate all those guys.
Yeah.
It'd be like, Yankees fans have not changed, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But Didi Gregorius, the heir to Derek Jeter, had 2 big home runs.
2 big home runs in game 5.
Yeah.
I mean, his home runs sort of like took the energy and breath out of the Indians in game 5. But he also had a huge home run in the wild card game.
Yeah. Big coming out party for Didi.
Yeah, no kidding. And man, that swing looks like it could produce a lot of home runs. He's still super young, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to talk about Gardner's at bat in game 4?
5.
Was it game 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It was in the 9th inning of game 5.
Yankees were up by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
Indians were staring at facing Aroldis Chapman in the 9th,
Yep.
who you can get a run against these days.
Yeah.
But Brett Gardner comes up with a couple guys on base, battles Cleveland's closer for 12 pitches, and hits a double that essentially wins. I mean, you don't expect to get 3 runs against Chapman.
Yeah.
And it was just a great at bat.
Yeah. It's
and Cleveland's closer is good. He's been good for years.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean,
that at bat is what like playoff baseball is all about.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like he fought tooth and nail. A lot of the swings he took on those pitches weren't pretty, but he just stayed alive. He stayed alive. He just wore the pitcher down. Championship series. Let's start in the American League.
Sure.
Yankees Astros. Dan, who do you got?
I've got the Astros. Yeah. Verlander's start was really good that he had in the division series, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was really good.
I like Keuchel against the Yankees. Keuchel had a quote today. Somebody was like, hey, how do you, it's like press day. How do you stay calm and focused in such big atmospheres? And he actually said, there's like this fan section in Minute Maid Park that's called Keuchel's Corner, and they like hand out fake beards. And he goes, it's really fun. I look over at all these people wearing fake beards, and it just sort of calms me down. I know they're here for me, and I don't get nervous.
That's awesome.
Which is cool, you know?
Yeah.
So, I like Keuchel in game 1. Verlander's going to get game 2.
Yeah.
They're the better team.
Yeah.
Their bullpen's not built as strong as the Yankees. You saw...
I wonder how much... it feels like that has come into play so much already.
Yeah, the Yankees have a few guys who...
Can shut it down
for multiple innings. Chad Green is somebody who I didn't know that much about until the playoffs.
Never heard his name.
He's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I agree.
like CC Sabathia had a really good start, and I just don't
He had
expect
like
that.
10 strikeouts through like 4.5
It was
innings.
the most strikeouts he's had in like 3 years.
Yeah, that was weird.
So, like, that's probably not going to happen again, especially against the Astros.
that offense.
So, I just expect them. And the series is longer now.
Yeah.
There is the better team wins a 7-game series more often than they win a 5-game series. There's
Totally
a little less, like, luck or
right.
flukiness
Right.
involved. And the Astros are the better team. They were all year, and they still are.
Yeah. I honestly think the Astros will win as well. Maybe like 4-2.
Yeah. And so
Maybe 4-1.
3 or 4 years ago, is it, when Sports Illustrated predicted the Astros as the 2017 World Series champs? I don't
Yeah.
think we talked about that all year.
No.
So years ago, you could see these prospects in the Astros
Yeah, the stars
pipeline,
are sort of like aligning.
and it
for
was
them.
like, oh my God, they're all going to get here at the same time, and they should all be really good, and they play different positions, and this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And sure enough, most of it worked out.
Yeah, like there was a Sports Illustrated cover.
Yeah, that said,
said,
you're 2017 World Series champs.
Yeah, the Houston Astros.
I think it had a picture of George Springer on it.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And I think they're going to make the World Series this year.
Yeah. So the National League, we have a rematch.
Got Dodgers and Cubs.
Yeah. What's your story?
Last year when it was Dodgers and Cubs, the Cubs were the best team in baseball.
Right.
And the Dodgers pushed them as far as they can get pushed,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, 6-game series.
It was a 6-game.
Yeah, it could have gone one more.
Okay. I was remembering it a 7-game series. Anyways. And again, the Dodgers are the better team this year. Cubs don't have anybody who I don't think is going to shut the Dodgers down for 6 innings. I think Joe Madden has shown that he, in the divisional series, when it came to relief pitchers, he really preferred to pitch Carl Edwards Jr., Pedro Strop, and Wade Davis.
Mm-hmm.
When other people came in little bits, some starters got relief appearances. Carl Edwards pitched in every game of that series.
Yeah.
And last night walked the one batter he faced, and Madden pulled him. I think Wade Davis isn't going to get 7 outs against the Dodgers.
Right.
Or not every time, at least.
No.
So I like the Dodgers. I think I like the Dodgers in like 6.
Yeah. I also like the Dodgers a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like the Dodgers. Sometimes it's hard to feel so confident because I feel like they have found a way to lose these big series a lot lately in my life. But I really think that we're just a flat-out better team this year, and I think maybe I wouldn't feel as confident had the Cubs not had the series they just had. But, I think we're looking at a possible John Lackey Game 1.
Yeah, nobody likes that idea.
Except for me.
Right. I don't think...
Also, maybe he flips out. That would be awesome.
So, Cubs fans, I just don't believe any honest Cubs fan, feels really good about this series.
Yeah.
Because they're, they had to work really hard to win. Dodgers have been sitting for 4 days now. Right?
Right.
And I just don't... it just doesn't line up well.
Yeah, I just think... I would like to think we'll be up 2-0 by the time we get to Wrigley.
Should be great.
And...
So it goes 2-3-2, right?
Yeah, 2-3-2.
So...
So that leaves us... Obviously, we don't know this, but we both think Dodgers-Astros World Series.
Yeah, so we'll be back recording in about 10 days for following the championship series, and we'll know our World Series matchup.
And potentially a guy that I played high school baseball with will be pitching against the Dodgers.
Clayton Kershaw in the World Series.
That's insane.
Pretty good.
So yeah, half mental, thinking Dodgers, Astros World Series.
You heard it here, third or whatever. We're not the first people to think this.
Yeah, you're third. Altuve.
Yeah, we'll be back after the championship
We'll be back
series.
after the championship series.
Really looking forward to the next chunk of baseball.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's going to keep being great. Watch baseball, guys.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It's really the best sport
I know.
around.
Cheers.
Cody, Corey, Kiki, Kimley, Clayton, Justin Turner, Yasiel Puig. Best record in the National League.